Overall, AI is not a magic bullet. It's not something that if you buy a product off the shelf or just talk about it and hope and wish for it, that it's going to be successful. There is a ton of fundamental work that goes into AI readiness and ensuring that your organization is set up for success, not just for the implementation of the product or the tool, but also to make sure that you get proper return on the investment from a scalable long-term perspective. So that's data capture. Are you collecting the right things? That's data storage. It's making sure that the data is piped in an effective manner and that you're actually able to extract quality information to then take a tool that is empowered by artificial intelligence and do effective work. So ultimately, it comes down to, do you have a good business case? Do you have your data stored and collected and piped in the correct manner? And do you have the right governance to ensure that you are set up for success long-term and sustainable with your AI products and tooling? A lot of people think artificial intelligence means fire folks, less headcount, it's going to be faster, it's going to be cheaper. And in a lot of instances, on a per unit basis, it actually can be, which is why people are excited about it. However, I like to think of it more of, if you're going to be using artificial intelligence, it allows you to do more with the same, or it allows you to repurpose talent or repurpose process in order to take advantage of the things that AI does really well. So a good business case, a repeatable task, something that is programmable, that you can put a tool into just repeating the process over and over again. It allows you to get higher qualities of accuracy. It allows you to ensure that you're doing it 24/7 in the same standard with non-biases. That can lead to cost savings, but ultimately one should be looking at how much more business can I take on relative to my current investment. So I think of it more of value driving versus cost reduction, and value from the perspective of, now I have the opportunity to go get more business with the same players on the field. Now I have the ability to deliver more high quality work because the processes are incredibly regimented and standardized. So yes, it can lead to cost reduction, but I think about it as, if it's just a cost reduction play, your business isn't growing. If it's a value add play, you're able to do even more with the same and of higher quality. Not to fret. This is usually due to a poorly defined business case and improper data or data strategy. So if you've got a really clear business case as to what you want the AI tool or product to either take over, augment, or help in some way, that's a great foundation. Now you understand, here's the outcome that I'm looking for, and then you go into the data. Is the data that I'm capturing before the process or before the activity takes place accurate, well stored, and collecting what I need? Is the data and all the stakeholders involved in the process correct, accurate, and somewhat standardized? And then even downstream, the data and the things that are coming afterwards, is all of that set up successfully? So well-defined business case, looking at the entire process start to finish and making sure that the data and the stakeholders are well set up, then you bring in the AI tool. A lot of companies just think, buy something off the shelf, apply it, done. You got to look a little bit more robust, and that data and AI readiness assessment is critical to make sure that you have a clear goal in mind, and then you can track progress against it from start to finish. A lot of companies out there are not software engineering and innovation organizations, and that's not a bad thing necessarily. There are organizations in consulting, in managed services, this is their specialty. This is the one thing that they do for customers better than anybody else. Now, if you are in the software engineering and innovation space, you may yourself be better than anybody else in it, but a lot of companies are not, and that's fine. There are things that your organization does that are high value props, that are differentiators that nobody else does. And so when you need those tools and you need the data assessments and help defining your business cases and seeing if your data is structured in a way that it is ready to accept and excel with AI, using a team that does that day in and day out for customers in your industry of your same size and scale and has repeated proven history of doing that successfully is often your best bet. Now, if you are an engineering and innovation organization, building it in-house is a great way to do it with complete control. very, very strong institutional knowledge, and oftentimes can be a better price point and cost. If that's not your initial bag and that's not necessarily what your organization excels in, not to fret. There are plenty of organizations out there that is what they do. And that's why things like consulting and managed services in the AI and data innovation space exist at all. So it's really a preference based on what is your fundamental value prop that your company does better than anybody. If it happens to be in engineering, probably makes sense to do an internal build. If it's not, and a lot of companies are not, likely it makes sense to partner with a group that is absolute expertise in that area.